Hi, everyone, and welcome. I'm Kaylee, the engagement specialist here at TribalHub. We're excited to bring you these short Q&A conversations where we highlight real-world insights from industry leaders and partners who are doing great work in this space. Today, I'm joined by Kimberly Christian, and we're looking forward to sharing some practical perspectives with you.
Thank you for having me today. I am Kimberly Christian, the strategic advisor for the Worldwide Technology Tribal Account Teams. We are a privately held global technology solutions provider leading the AI revolution. We have over 30 years of experience helping some of the largest commercial enterprises and public sector organizations. We provide consulting services, comprehensive lab capabilities, and the ability to implement at scale. So through our Advanced Technology Center, which is a huge lab, our clients can conceptualize, test, validate, and deploy innovative technology solutions with hands-on access to cutting-edge capabilities. So we have over 12,000 employees worldwide. Good thing we named ourselves that way before we did. And we've been recognized by Fortune as one of the great places to work for the last 14 consecutive years. So it's pretty awesome to work here. And part of what I do, a large part of what I do, is help the tribal account team to understand what tribes are experiencing, what they're trying to do, and the barriers or issues they're facing in experiencing that. And I'm a citizen of the Cherokee Nation, so I have a lot of experience in that area, and that's part of my job is to help WWT navigate and understand what tribes are facing.
Awesome, Kimberly. Let's jump right on into the first question. Are there any emerging risk or operational gaps you're seeing more frequently this year across tribal organizations?
Yes, so one of the things we're seeing is a continuing surge in ransomware and cybersecurity attacks. We saw it in 2025, and it's not going to lessen in 2026. We've seen casino operations, healthcare operations, and even government operations negatively impacted by these. And with the advent of AI, it's just getting faster, harder to recognize. You've got deep fakes out there, and some of the things that we used to tell. Cause I'm a cybersecurity, 32 years in the military doing cybersecurity. So the things we used to tell our customers, look for poor grammar, misspelled words, things like that. That's gone. AI, all that's gone. And then deep fakes, I can take your voice, the CEO's voice, the chief's voice, the governor's voice, whatever the case may be, your IT boss's voice, and make it sound just like them and give you instructions and ask you to do things. We've seen it happen. I mean, MGM is a great example of something that happened using a deep fake. And it can create tremendous outages, financial impact across the nation for a tribe to experience something like that. So another thing with this that has been exposed is there's a gap in team members on tribal IT teams, cybersecurity teams. So a lot of tribes, they're in very remote places, they're very rural places, so they don't have a large IT staff. And it's very hard to get people to want to come there and work, especially if they're not already a tribal citizen.
Mm-hmm.
So getting people training, that can be a challenge because you're in a very reactive world. You're in just keeping the day-to-day going. I'm doing all my patching. I'm doing all my monitoring. I'm doing my threat detection. All of that, you can become very reactive, and you've got to get to a proactive state. So this leaves a lot of gaps for attackers to exploit. So my advice to tribes and leaders is that you need to double down on cybersecurity fundamentals. So training, network segmentation, offline backups, all while being very deliberate with your AI implementation. These are the things that are going to help you to move from a reactive to a proactive state. And all the while, you need to implement solutions that are going to respect tribal data ownership and sovereignty. So partner with companies that understand what you're experiencing and understand your sovereignty and how important it is.
Awesome. That is such a great perspective. Building on that, how do you help tribes create solutions that will still work years down the road?
We take a very vendor independent approach. Um, there's not a one size fits all out there. We partner with hundreds of different companies, so we can help you build the solution that's right for you and your organization. Because even within your own organization, things, healthcare is very different than casino operations. And the things that you maybe have to do in a casino is not the same things you would do in a tribal government. So the solutions are not always the same. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't. So we like to build modular, scalable solutions that are always centered on what's right for you and helping you maintain your cultural values, your data sovereignty. So things that, like I mentioned earlier, our Advanced Technology Center, we can simulate high volume traffic, much like you might see in a casino. We can simulate HIPAA in an environment like you would see in your healthcare systems. We can simulate distance learning environments like schools. There's a lot of tribally run schools and universities out there. So we can help you build that architecture, whether you're expanding a small casino into a casino hotel or going from one clinic to a multi-clinic, multi-hospital environment. And we can do all of this and help you achieve what you're trying to achieve without a lot of costly overhauls, because no one wants to implement something that next year you find out, oh, it's really not meeting, we've expanded so rapidly, or where we were 2 years ago and the solution we have doesn't fit, so we've got to buy another one. We help you look where you are today and where you want to be, and what do we need to get you to where you want to be, and do it in a manner that fits your budget. So a positive trend that we're seeing is tribes understand AI is here, much like the commercial and the government. AI is here. We're not going to get away from it. So we do need to be deliberate about what we're doing, and taking, your data has to be in a certain format. You need to have policies and procedures in place before you start doing AI, because it's very easy for AI to get ahead of you. You never want that. So an example that we're doing is we are working with a tribe to help them put all of their data in the right format so that they can then take that data and they can make some social determinants of health and do a better job of, not that they're doing a bad job, because they're doing an awesome job, but do I have my resources in the right location? Am I providing the things that my citizens need, where they need them, when they need them? And is there any way for me to get ahead of that, to start looking at, if you start ticking off all of these boxes, then you're probably going to need this. So they're using AI, they're wanting to use AI to get ahead of all of that. And it's a very exciting journey, and I can't wait to see what it's going to be for them on the other side of it, but tremendously excited. So my advice is, don't look at just this year and next year, because I've been there, and sometimes people think long range planning is, you know, next year. No, you need to look, 5, 6, 7, even 10 years out and start looking now at what I should be doing to get to where I want to be 10 years from now. And that's what we can help you do. We can help you, through demos and hands-on learning and education, make determinations on what fits your environment, what fits your requirements, your vision, and your budget, because that's always very important. If it's not in the budget, you can have all these great and wonderful dreams, but I'm never going to get there. But we can help you develop a plan to get you from where you are today to where you want to be, like I said, 5, 6, 7, even 10 years down the road.
Thank you so much, Kimberly, for sharing your insights and being a part of this conversation. And thank you to everyone who tuned in. If you'd like to learn more, you can visit tribalhub.com or connect with us on LinkedIn to continue this conversation and access more resources. We look forward to seeing you in our next Q&A, and thanks again for watching.